What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lorick from the Money Etiquette Group. And quickly, I want to talk about the moment we're in. I want to talk about the expiring unemployment benefits for $600 from the federal government. I want to talk about schools opening back up, some virtually, some not. I want to talk about the moratoriums on evictions expiring throughout different states and what this means. If you happen to be in a state where you're seeing evictions and that moratorium on evictions expiring and not being renewed, like Maryland, if you are on unemployment, I'm talking about you're receiving the $600 benefit and that stops and you're not working. And if school is reopening virtually in your state, this could spell a lot of trouble. And the reason being is because think about it from this aspect. If you have to go back to work, but you can't send your kids to school, that means you have to pay for daycare. You have to pay for care for your children because obviously you can't do both at the same time. And for a lot of people, the unemployment benefit, even though it was a decent amount, for some, that's not enough to make up for having to go back to work, which is why a lot of people are like, again, I'm not going back to work right now because I can't afford to. But let's look at the big picture here. Let's look at the perfect storm that's brewing. You have millions of Americans that are unable to work right now because they can't find the work that they're looking for. They were enjoying possibly a $600 per week, benefit on top of regular unemployment. And this is for those with gig jobs. This is for those who maybe drove Uber and Lyft. This is for those who are self-employed. This is not just for those who had jobs where they were paying into the unemployment benefit system. We're talking about millions of people that will lose their benefit. Now, how long they'll lose that benefit, it probably won't be that long, but it could matter in terms of even if it's a week or 2 weeks without receiving those funds. And if you really look at the numbers, we're talking about tens of millions of people, again, that depend on this money now and may see it taken away completely before it's brought back at a lesser amount. Right now, there are talks in Congress that's saying maybe instead of $600, maybe $400, maybe $200. Either way, we're going to see a substantial reduction in unemployment benefit money. At the same time, in several states like Maryland, like my state, where you have evictions and a moratorium on evictions being lifted. So that means that landlords want their money, especially those who gave you a break and maybe they want their back money. Some people couldn't pay regardless. You're going to lose that and at the same time lose an unemployment benefit of $600 per month. Even if you lose it for just 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that's significant. They're talking about a second stimulus package, which would deliver another check, but that check might not arrive until September. It's tough times. This is the ugly that I was talking about. You're talking about cases of COVID going up. Tough times. I mean, we're at that point where in my previous video, I said we would this summer reach peak ugly. We're getting closer towards peak ugly. And it doesn't look pretty. It's going to affect the stock market. For those who love trading, expect a lot of volatility the longer this goes on. Expect a lot of volatility because you're essentially cutting off 10%, maybe even 15% of consumer spending by not renewing the unemployment benefit. So that temporary boost, when we saw the market going up, from that low in March, from maybe, 16,000 in a Dow to getting back to 20,000, 30,000, well, not 30, but 20 plus thousand, we may see losses again. And a lot of people who are trading right now, who got into the market at a good time, and they're like, yeah, we're on the uptrend, understand that we could be right back on the downtrend. So for strategic purposes, you should be ready for that. When it comes to real estate, foreclosures, we're going to see houses, evictions. We're going to see properties become available. We're going to see a lot more foreclosures hit the market in the next few months. Now is the beginning of that. And on top of that, we're about to enter hurricane season. See, everyone's thinking about COVID. Everyone's thinking about the economy and things. Don't forget that we're going to hit hurricane season, and it's scheduled to be one of the worst hurricane seasons in years. So it's a lot happening today, and now is the time to prepare for these things. If you know this is you, if you're in this situation and you realize that, look, I'm about to lose some money, I'm likely not to be able to find a job. My kids are not going back to school and I have to take care of them. How do I do this? And my landlord can evict me. Now is the time to start, again, putting food to the side, reducing your consumption, and using that money and spreading and doing what you can to make sure that money lasts as long as possible. Now is the time to find gig work. Whatever you can do, find work. If you can't find work, partner up with your family. Now is the time to get back to a time from before where at least one aunt, one uncle, one family member took care of all the kids while everyone else worked and everybody pitched in and paid them $40, $60. I'm not talking about the regular, I'm going to start a business in daycare. I'm going to start a business as a teacher on the side as a part-time gig. That's nice, but I'm saying for the people who don't have those certified skills, now it's maybe time to say, look, I'll watch the family kids. Everybody put in 40 per kid per week, and we can make this work. Now's the time to prepare, guys. I mean, it's going to get nice again. There are also opportunities in the ugliness, so don't get it twisted. It's not all bad, but it is a time to prepare. We've put out warnings, but now we're here. July 25th, tomorrow, the expiration of those federal unemployment benefits, along with the expiration of the moratorium on evictions. Something to prepare for, because this could get a lot uglier again before it gets better, but you can make it through it. I promise you that. All right, guys, just a quick peace of mind, just something I want to share with you really quickly. I'll get back on my regular videos shortly. I'm gonna have some other work I'm doing. I started my own business, a third business. Let me say a third business dealing with backyard movie theaters, and I have a lot of work there, and I'm gonna certainly put out more content, more videos. I'm gonna talk about black-owned stocks again. I have more coming down the pipeline for you, but just make sure you take heed to the warning that's put out there, because this is not a joke. It's time to really buckle up again and get ready for this next dip in the ride. We've been riding this roller coaster. We're on the height, we're on the peak, and we're about to hit it down again. So prepare yourselves.